2018 Fiat 500X Review. The good points of Fiat 500X. Solid and fun to operate a vehicle. Cheap to advance and run. Practical because of its size. Decent safety tech. Range simplified in 2018. The bad points of Fiat 500X. Not intended as an off-roader. Hybrid engine not announced yet. Front seats lack side support. Sat-nav on the top models is slow. Won't be retested by Euro NCAP. The Fiat 500X can be a small SUV that appears like an off-roader, but is a lot more at home within the tarmac than tough terrain. In fact, the Italian firm recognized that fact if the 500X was facelifted in 2018, in the event it ditched the previously available 4x4 system in preference of selling exclusively front-driven cars. Diesels were dropped concurrently in response towards the rapid lowering of sales of smaller cars' basic engines within the wake with the Dieselgate fiasco. The Fiat 500X's main rivals can also be small crossovers like the Mini Countryman, Vauxhall Mokka-X, Peugeot 2008, Mazda CX-3 and VW T-Roc. This is much more than a jacked-up 500. However, its closest levels of competition are undoubtedly the Jeep Renegade, because the 500X are created together within the same production line in Italy, together with the very same underpinnings. So while Fiat makes use of the 500 moniker in their name, this isn't an evolution of the successful small hatchback. The X is really a bigger car in all of the respects, plus many it's an improved one, too. It's certainly more practical versus the 500, there's space for 4 adults to install easily, even though the boot measures a good 350 litres, that makes it as big as hatchbacks through the next size up. It's less entertaining to push as its smaller city-dwelling sibling either, but don't allow that to put you off considering that the Fiat 500X continues to be a fun car. Sharp, responsive steering helps immeasurably here, but thankfully the suspension may be configured with security in mind in addition to fast cornering. It feels as though a solid yet premium offering, in and out. We found a couple of faults, however. The seats lack side support. As you move the sat-nav on the top spec models slow, we missed some junctions when driving inside a city center. Facelift for Fiat 500X in 2018. With a simplified engine and trim level range pursuing the facelift in 2018, there's still decent personalization being offered, including items like contrasting seats and body-colored interior trims. The diesel engines and use of four-wheel drive were dropped from your range within this update, while much more safety and driver assistance kit was added. Sadly, it won't be reassessed by Euro NCAP, so while it's safer, it'll retain its 4-star rating awarded in 2015. Decent reliability and low running costs. We've heard nothing regarding prevalent issues while using 500X. It seems like it's an incredibly reliable car. Our owner's reviews back this up. While there's only been one recall and Fiat should have fixed all cars suffering from that problem. In fact, running a 500X ought to be a cheap and trouble-free experience. Low servicing costs, cheap insurance and decent fuel economy, no matter engine, mean it's a compelling buy. Latest deals from Buick are Fiat 500X 1.6 E-Torque Pop 5DR PET, £9,900 or £161 a month. Fiat 500X 1.4 MultiJet Popstar, £11,490 or £177 every month. See all deals on Fiat 500X. Representative example. Representative APR of 7.9% borrowing £10,509 over 48 months on HP type finance. Just how much payable could well be £250 monthly. That has a total cost of credit of £1,483 along with a total amount payable of £11,992. Dennis Bouire Car Limited, 3132 Alfred Place, London, WC1E7DP, GB09151058, is really a credit broker regulated by FCA, FRN 667368. The verdict. There are lots of capable cars in this particular sector on the market, and now we think for some users the 500X can be a worthy option. It's as good they are driving on the road as nearly every, and includes everything you'll realistically dependence on day-to-day life. Once you've factored in running costs, if your styling really works, then we think this is really a car which will make your shortlist. Fiat 500X SUV Review. Petrol power simply for 500X following 2018 facelift. 3 engines but only 2 worth looking at. No diesel or 4x4 after facelift, they only weren't selling. Of several petrol engine options following 2018 facelift, we've driven 2 to date, with all the e-torque non-turbo 1.6 only obtainable in base spec cars, 1 we are yet to sample. Fiat doesn't think it'll sell all of these anyway, though. For the record, its 110 horsepower and 152 Newton meters, covers 0 to 62 miles per hour in 11.5 seconds, all of which will hit a top-notch speed of 112 miles per hour. Fiat 500X driven, 1.0-litre Firefly petrol manual. This is our pick on the X lineup. It's available exclusively using a 6-speed manual gearbox and contains all the character you expect in the 500X's cutesy looks. Fiat's engineers have attempted to iron out some from the vibration you frequently experience with 3-cylinder motors with the help of extra balancing, but there was still a good enough thrum there, so it will feel the more interesting with the 2 turbocharged petrol engines. We found the gearbox was solid shifting and nice enough to make use of, the throw a little longer than we'd prefer. The large spherical knob took slightly getting used to at the same time. Power output is 120 horsepower and torque is 190 Newton meters, and this also 0 to 62 miles per hour time is 10.9 seconds while top speed is 117 miles per hour. Fiat 500X driven, 1.3-litre Firefly petrol automatic. If you don't fancy thinking about changing gears yourself, or indeed can't employ a manual gearbox for any excuse, you then won't be disappointed using the automatic 500X. It's only available using a 1.3-litre Firefly engine, which includes 4 cylinders instead from the 1.0 litres 3, so it's slightly less characterful, but additionally more powerful. The gearbox is often a 6-speed twin-clutch unit, which implies it shifts right away and smoothly, making easy, fuss-free work of accelerating. You don't get paddle shifters, but rather you're capable to change ratios manually together with the gear lever. You pull out to go up a gear and push forwards for down. That is unusual, as well as same way racing cars operate with expensive sequential transmissions, something extremely little 500X buyer will appreciate, but a need touch the many same since it feels more intuitive than rival gearboxes that work inside the opposite direction. With 150 horsepower and 270 Newton meters, it is going to cover 0 to 62 miles per hour in 9.1 seconds using a top speed of 124 miles per hour, and it is the quickest from the 500XS available. Fiat 500X performance before 2018 facelift. From launch there were an array of petrol and diesel powertrain options here inside UK, some as well as 4x4 versions, yet others available exclusively to front-wheel drive models. Fiat 500X petrol engines. The 2-wheel drive petrol range starts using a 110 horsepower 1.6-litre e-torque engine mated with the 5-speed manual gearbox. Next from the lineup can be a 140 horsepower 1.4-litre turbo MultiJet 2 offered with a new generation 6-speed manual gearbox or Fiat 6-speed twin-clutch automatic. This engine proved overcapable for the road. Its 230 Newton meters of pulling power helped propel the automobile forwards quickly, creating lots of confidence when overtaking. The 4x4 petrol model is exclusively powered with a 170 horsepower 1.4-litre turbo multi-air 2 engine mated to some 9-speed automatic transmission as standard. It continued sale after that launch. Fiat 500X diesel engines. The two-wheel drive diesel range composed of a 95 horsepower 1.3-litre MultiJet 2-turbo diesel equipped which has a 5-speed manual gearbox along with a 120 horsepower 1.6-litre MultiJet 2-turbo diesel mated to some 6-speed manual gearbox. If you need the 4x4 option, the selection is limited for the 140 horsepower 2.0-litre MultiJet 2-turbo that is available using a 6-speed manual or 9-speed automatic transmission. Those planning to keep CO2 emissions low should choose 1.6-litre powertrain since it offers the best from the bunch with 109 grams/km of CO2 emissions. Fuel economy is 68.9 miles per gallon and there's 320 Newton-meters of torque available, enabling the auto to sprint from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 10.5 seconds. The 2.0-litre mirrors the performance in the petrol option by having an improved official combined fuel economy figure of 51.4 miles per gallon is actually slightly higher CO2 emissions of 144 grams/km. Meanwhile, the 9-speed automatic gearbox is usually a particular highlight as a result of slick and seamless gear changes. We just like the way the 500X drives. Entertaining steering, tall ride height. Not an off-road watchy SUV. The 500X isn't an exceptionally sporty car, but it's also not designed for serious off-roading, despite its styling. However, it lets you strike a good balance for everyday road driving, so virtually nails its brief. As a low-cost model, there's no adaptive suspension available, but the conventional standard setup has a pleasant balance between entertainingly direct steering and supple damping over most varieties of road. Body roll is well in spite with the tall ride height, though we'd suggest it wouldn't cope as well in the event the going gets tough like a proper off-road watchy machine, just like a Suzuki Jimny. It'll drive much better in most other scenarios, though. Comfortable seats. Colorful design. Slow multimedia. The 500X's cabin is usually a comfortable location to find oneself. Its design is not difficult but pleasingly retro, with body-colored accents readily available to brighten things up. A 7.0-inch touchscreen sits prominently at the top on the dash and features what appear to be relatively modern graphics, but sadly we struggled with all the TomTom sat-nav in high-spec cars being too slow to react, in some instances causing us to miss junctions when driving in city centers. We found the best driving position easy to locate due to decent adjustability of seat and tire, although you don't sit up to you may expect given its off-roader looks. The knob on manual cars can be a large spherical item that feels odd to make use of at first, however you soon get accustomed to it. Comfortable front seats. Very good cabin refinement. Platform differs from normal 500. We found the 500X to become solid-feeling machine with admirable refinement. Don't forget, though its name says 500, the X will be based upon a different platform to your regular small hatchback. It actually shares its underpinnings using a larger Jeep Renegade, and even is built within the same production line. With that in your mind, it's actually an improved drive, with less noise intrusion, particularly at higher speeds, and it's simpler to get comfortable from the cabin. We found top seats extremely comfortable though lacking slightly lateral support. That is only a problem if you find yourself barreling to a bend too rapidly. The ride quality is actually comparatively good, with exactly the larger alloy wheel options introducing a bit choppiness. Lots of normal equipment aboard. Options available inside the form of packs. Facelift in 2018 ushered in much more kit. After 2018's facelift, the Fiat 500X range structure comprised urban, city cross and cross plus trim levels. They were arranged as follows. At the bottom on the range, urban cars get LED day running lights, 16-inch alloy wheels, 7.0-inch Uconnect screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connections through USB jacks, manual aircon, cruise control, 60 hours 40 minutes split rear seat. Traffic sign recognition. Intelligent speed limiter. Lane keeping assist. The middle trim is City Cross, which nets you. Plastic body cladding to have an off-road look. 17-inch alloy wheels. Front fog lights. 3.5-inch color screen and instrument panel. Automatic climate control. Rear parking sensors. At the top from the tree, Cross Plus versions have LED headlights. 18-inch alloys. Tinted rear windows. Roof bars. TomTom navigation for sat-nav. 7.0-inch touch screen. Rear parking camera. Automatic headlights. Front armrest. Fiat 500X, 2018, optional extras. The available options to buyers following your 2018 facelift included paint colors, alloy wheel choices, plus a selection of packs as follows. City Pack, front and back parking sensors, rear view camera. Comfort Pack, front armrest, cargo box, third rear headrest, driver's seat lumbar adjustment, front and back floor mats. Visibility Pack, dusk sensor, automatic dual zone climate control, rain sensor, automatic dipping rear view mirror. Winter Pack, heated wiper and front seats. Tech Pack, electrically folding heated door mirrors, keyless entry and ignition, alarm. LED Pack, overhead ambient lighting, LED headlights. Leather Pack, leather seats, wrapped insert for rear door panel. Lounge Pack, tinted rear windows, chrome window surrounds, 3.5-inch color screen and instrument panel, body color door mirrors, 17-inch wheels. Previously intended for Fiat 500X SUVs. From launch there have been two different versions in the 500X available and 5 trim levels that followed the same naming structure towards the hatchback and 500 liters models. For the two-wheel drive versions you possess 3 trims to pick from, Pop, Popstar and a Lounge, as well as for those who want off-roading ability the 4x4 versions were obtainable in 2 trims, Cross and Cross Plus. Exclusive Launch Edition. Fiat offered a selective opening edition from the 500X that has been available to use the internet only and was offered using a choice of 3 powertrains, a 140 horsepower 1.4 turbo multi-air 2 manual 2-wheel drive version, a 120 horsepower 1.6 MultiJet 2 2-wheel drive manual along with a 140 horsepower 2.0 MultiJet 2 4x4 9-speed automatic. 2-wheel drive models were only accessible with an art grey pastel paint finish and includes a selection of features as standard including 18-inch alloy wheels, automatic climate control, lane assist, reversing camera, an anti-collision system, keyless entry and go system and electric lumbar adjustment about the front seats, items normally relegated for the options list. Plus they got an upmarket opening edition badge. The 4x4 version was offered only in a red and, such as 2-wheel drive versions, included numerous additional equipment such as the Uconnect 6.5-inch infotainment system with sat-nav, a red and black leather interior, rain and light weight sensors and folding door mirrors. Standard Fiat 500X equipment. The 500X range started while using Pop trim which offered 16-inch wheels, body-colored back and front bumpers, electric heated door mirrors, manual aircon, daytime running lights, cruise control with speed limiter, electric back and front windows, a height-adjustable driver's seat along with an electric handbrake. Moving up the product range to Popstar added 17-inch alloy wheels, body-colored door mirrors, front fog lights, automatic climate control, rear parking sensors, a drive mode selector with 3 different modes plus the Uconnect infotainment system that has a 5-inch touch screen featuring Bluetooth, music streaming connectivity and having access to apps in your smartphone. Top in the 2-wheel drive range was Lounge which offered 18-inch alloy wheels with gloss silver finish, tinted windows and exterior chrome trim, a 6.5-inch Uconnect infotainment system with navigation, a flexible cargo floor, adjustable front armrest with storage, ambient interior lighting and front floor mats. If you are interested in a Fiat 500X with off-roading ability, then you certainly had two trims available, Cross and Cross Plus. The Cross trim came with the mini kit obtainable in Popstar trim with all the inclusion of your Traction Plus system, dark tinted rear windows, roof bars, unique bumpers front and back with chrome exhaust rims, Cross-specific 17-inch alloy wheels, a unique dashboard finish with an adjustable front armrest with storage as standard. The range-topping Fiat 500X Cross Plus built within the specification on the Cross, adding heat headlamps, a flexible cargo floor, front floor mats, Cross Plus specific 18-inch alloy wheels, the 6.5-inch Uconnect infotainment system with 3D navigation and ambient interior lighting. Optional Fiat 500X equipment. The Fiat 500X had 12 colors from which to choose at launch, plus a selection of optional kit available depending around the trim you consider hiring. Option packs that were worth taking into consideration included the safety pack, which bundles lane assist, blind spot assist, park view reversing camera, as well as a new brake anti-collision system together, as well as the comfort pack, which include keyless entry and go, front armrest and electric lumbar adjustment for the front seats. Also available just as one option was the upgraded Beats audio system, created in collaboration with Beats by Dr. Dre. The premium hi-fi system possesses a 560-watt, 8-channel digital amplifier with 8 speakers along with a subwoofer from the boot, rather as opposed to 120-watt 4-speaker system or 180-watt 6-speaker configuration present in standard models. With 4 stars during its Euro NCAP crash tests in 2015, you'd be forgiven for expecting the 500X would fare badly if it comes to safety, but that's untrue. In fact, as a result of its facelift in 2018, it's one of many safer small cars around. All versions post-update get traffic sign recognition through an integrated speed limiter, so you physically cannot accelerate quicker compared to the posted limit, though it's switchable just in case you are interested. Active lane keeping technology features too, alongside a suite of 6 airbags. As you move up the stove, the following become available: LED headlights, automatic headlights and wipers, rear view parking camera, automatic low-speed braking, blind spot alert, adaptive cruise control. Watch Fiat 500X SUV Euro NCAP crash test. Cabin wheel seat 4 without difficulty. Fairly large boot with split floor. Shouldn't prove too difficult to park. Although significantly less spacious as other sorts of bigger SUVs, due to its class, the 500X is excellent indeed, with sufficient room for 4 adults to sit down in comfort. Plus there are lots of cubbies to use your personal goods like your smartphone, wallet and keys too, as a handy dual glove compartment with 2 separate areas to hold items. Cup holders look after 4 occupants. Depending on trim, the leading center armrest can even be equipped that has a handy storage compartment. In the back you will discover nets behind the trunk seats as well as cubbies to keep items, too. The 500X isn't a big car that has a footprint no bigger over a mid-sized family hatchback. Its high driving position means excellent visibility, while higher trim levels get acoustic parking sensors to assist work out how close objects are around the vehicle. The boot is really a fair size with 350 litres available, exactly like the Mini Countryman that had been on sale right at that moment. The most up-to-date Countryman features a 450-litre boot that's easily large enough for the weekly shop or maybe a couple of mid-sized suitcases. The rear seats fold down easily too within a 60 hours 40 minutes format, expanding boot volume to just 1,000 litres. There is definitely an optional split floor to the boot that's reversible and height adjustable, meaning you are able to securely store your worth more items while for the move.